All right. Good morning. We are starting our HTML class, continuation of this HTML class, and today we will be talking about form. Okay, so let's start index page, index.html. Let's create our boilerplate, basically the template for our HTML. Yeah. So now, what is form, right? What is form? So form is a tag. Okay, simply let's check out here. Right, I have added some of the. Okay, so HTML form is used to collect user input, correct? User input. So normally we go online, right? And you type something, anything, let's say, uh, okay, let's go to W3 School, right? I believe, yeah. I think here is a good information as well. So HTML, where is the form? Here. Same thing, see here. You can type something in the form, right? Whatever you want to type, and submit your button. Okay, this is a submit button, right? Submit. So see, you are getting information here. First name, last name. There was two field, right? But you type and submit. Okay. So form is what? The form is an element used to create HTML form, right? For user input. That's it. Just imagine this form as a box, right? For input fields. Input field, right? There is an input field and attribute, right? There is an attribute also. So we talked about attribute. Attribute provides additional information about the text. Okay, so this text, right? This input type text, right? See that? So there is input type text, input type radio, checkbox, submit, and button, right? We will check all that. Okay, so let's go back to our code here. So same thing, right? Here I have written the form elements is a container. See, the form element is a container for different types of input elements. This is the same input, right? But the type is different. You just have to focus on type. Okay, and this type makes different, right? Different kind of input field. So we're gonna check text, radio button, checkbox, submit. Yeah. So even if I go to Airbnb site, right? Airbnb site. Let's open that one. Yeah. So is there any contact from something like that? Let's check. Design, private. Okay. So this is just a form, right? So let's close here home. So design. This is just the ad of the whole advertisement, right? Okay. I'm looking for a form. So okay, in here, right? Filter, even filter. What you see here, this input field, right? There is some kind of a data. Okay. This is a checkbox. You select, right, what you like. Type of place, right? Price range. Price range is the field, and you have the range between. You can change the price here. Okay. Correct. What price you want, right? What you are looking for. Filtering, right? You check the button types of place you are looking for. Recommended, right? So like how many bedrooms you select, any, right? You select one of them. This is like a radio button. Okay, kind of radio button, right? You can only select one, or like that. Any means any, right? Okay, this is a radio button. You can select, just you are only allowed to select one button in the radio button. Okay. The property type, house, apartment, you can select one of them, right? Or many. See, this is like a checkbox. You can select whatever you want, right? This is a checkbox also. You can select many as you want, but in radio button you are only allowed to select one. Okay, so that is you just toggling, right? This is a toggle button. And again checkbox, right? This is a checkbox. So you see, that's how the form is created, right? So today we are going to look at simples form, how we're going to create it. Okay, so let's go back in our page. Yeah, so let's try, right? So to create a form, what we're gonna do, let's yeah, let's put it heading 1 right here, and we call it a registration form. Registration form, right? Form. And we will look at each input box and how you're gonna create labels and how what are the different like a, I mean, what that means, right? What that means. Okay, we will try to understand step by step. So if I go live view now, so this is our registration form heading 1 tag, right? Simple. Okay, so we are going to create let's say I have a code here, right, for the form from the what you call that, from the free code camp, and that is what you're going to do in the exercise. Okay, if possible today, if not tomorrow, right? So we will create the same form here, and it has the best practice, right? So we're just going to repeat this many times so you remember one form, this simple form you're going to remember, right? And that is what you're going to use in all, every time you create form, you use the same technique. Okay, don't need to do anything else, right? For now, as a beginner, right, just follow the same pattern. That's why the, you know, why I'm saying repeat things over and over, right? Because you remember the same thing, and that's what you have to do for now. Okay, remember whatever we are doing, right? Remember it by practicing many times and understand what happened, right? Each, I mean, concept, just get that concept. Okay, and if you can do that, then you will be the winner. Okay, trust me, in the end, right, you will be able to do whatever you want. So we will be creating this form. Okay, a registration form. Yeah, and I'm going to type this, please fill out this form with the required information, right? So let's do that. Paragraph e tag, right? And I'm going to write, what was that? Please fill out the form with required information. So the reason I'm going to, because I'm using this example, right? And by building this example, I will explain each steps one by one. Okay, so let's not worry. And then we start our form tag. Okay, form, right? Form. Normally form has action, right? And there is one more, this is attribute. Attribute is what? Name and value, right? Attribute provides information about the, this in field, right? Whatever the element is, this more, it provides more information about this form. Okay, if I put action, action will be what? Let's say I submit the form, right? Later on, this action will run, there will be some kind of link. Okay, some kind of link, right? And that link will run, it will collect the data and send somewhere. Okay, that is what the action means. There will be like for example, let's say https you know, my form.js, right, for example. Okay, so https colon slash slash www whatever, right? The link, you know, the link means it will, when you click, it will trigger this file. This file will collect all the data from this form and save in our database or wherever it has to go. Okay, so that is the action. Action is basically to take action on the link, and that link job is to collect the data, right, and send somewhere. Okay, okay, now let's go back. Okay, so there is one more thing. You will see method, right, in the form. Method means what kind of method you want to get. There is a different method, get, post, but in form submission you only use post, right? When you posting the data, you will be, you are sending the data, that means method will be post. When we getting the data from the storage, right, then that is get. But right now we just use post. But these two things, right now we don't have the backend, right? We are not handling anything in the backend. We are not sending the form anywhere, so we're not going to do anything with this one. Okay, right now we don't have backup. We're going to learn about this methods and what do you call that, both field, you know, both attribute during our backing, right, in JavaScript. So let's create a simple form, and this form is what? Container only. Remember, we have container, right? That's it. That is the container for the form. handlelation. Okay, to handle the form, we have form container. Now, so what we're going to build, right? What we're going to build, let's see. Yeah, the same code here, right? I want to show that the things we're going to build. Let's go to FreeCodeCamp, right? So in my, I already have something done before, right? So let's check. So there is a survey, or there is a form. Okay, here. If I open this, right, you guys have to start from same thing. Okay, first you're gonna build this project, building the cat app today, and after you done that, and you're gonna complete this one. Okay, you practice here. So we will be building something like this, but no CSS, without CSS, right? We don't have CSS yet. Okay, when you add CSS, it looks something like that, right? But right now we're just gonna do the form tag only. Okay. All right, so we have, please fill out the information while the with the required information. We have done these two part, right? Now see, there is a section, right? Each section, let's see, withdraw, right? Yeah, see, this is one section, right? This is one section. That's the one section field set. Okay, there is another field set, right? This is a one field set. Yeah, there is another field set for I believe, yeah, maybe for this one, or we can keep it outside. We'll check that. Upload the profile here, right? Field set. And what else we have more? Let's go back. Oh, cannot remove this. So okay, so there is a, okay, we can put all this in one field set, you know, all that, right, in one field set. And there is finally submit button, right? Yeah, so see, please fill out the form. There is some validation also, but we will check, right? We're gonna check all that. What are the things we're gonna add for now? So let's start with the first one, right? So what is field set now? What is field set? Let's go back to our index page. So field set means like a, field set is also a box, right, which groups our input field or any information about our form. Okay, this is a field set. Yeah, and then remember what I said, right, in our code here. Where is that? Let's look at. The form element. Okay, the form element is a container for different type of input element. So what is input element now? Text field, checkbox, radio button, submit button. Okay. So input is just input, right? You just have to put type. The attribute will change for text, type, sorry, radio, type checkbox, type submit, type button, right? All is input. All is input. We're just changing the type of the input field. That's it. This attribute is changed and it will behave differently. So that is what input field. Input field is the place where the user inputs the information. Like we type something, right? So to make our first group, so we have field set, it will make a first group, right? And there is something called label, right? What is label now? The label means, let's check the, remember this, enter the name, right? Enter your name. This is the label. Okay, and then you have input field where you type something, right, like that. See, so this is the input field where you type something, and this one is label, right? Just a label. So how are we going to create something like this? Let's check now. So label, and there is an attribute called for, right? For, okay. So what for means, I will explain just now. Just give me a second. So let's say first name, right? We call it first dash name. Okay, first name, that is a label, right? And here we have enter your first name. Okay, so let's put the same thing, enter your first name. Okay, and now we need what? We need this input field, this field, right? Input field. So how we get that? Space, and we put our input button, input type, will be what? Text, right? Text. And close this for now. And let's look at now, right? Let's see, let's go back. So let's look at the, see, there is a section, right? Remember the field set, that box that makes a box, field set makes a box. And then we have enter your first name and the input, right? Input type is text. So if I type here, whatever I type, right? See, I can type something here now. Okay. So how these things happen? I mean, how it looks nice, right? Everything is perfectly, that is CSS. Let's not worry about that. We're gonna, come to that one from tomorrow or after that, right? But just understand how you're gonna create label just in HTML. Okay, today is just HTML label. Then you give the label name and input type is text. Okay, now for, what is the for, right? For, what that means, for is the attribute in the label and it has this first name, right? Okay, so when you have for first name, you must add id equal to first name. This is important. Why? They have a connection. This id and for, now they connect to each other. They understand, they have a feelings, right? They understand, okay, this first name is belongs to me. And I will show you now, right? Let's go back here. So if I click this enter name here, I click here, right? See, I select the input box. See that is called accessibility. That improve the accessibility of our form. So someone has difficulty clicking in somewhere in the input, right? They can click anywhere here and they get access to this field. That is the purpose of for and id. So they connect to each other. Let's say I remove this id from here, right? I remove the id, okay? And I click this. See, I click here, nothing happened. I cannot select this now. I cannot select. See, so there is problem. I cannot select, right? So that is a bad practice. That's why we need to have id in our input field. So, and the name will be, id name will be same as for first name. Okay, yeah. Now there is another attribute called name, right? Name. Why? What is name? The name will be, you can f name or you can put it first name is okay. So let's say when you're gonna submit the form, right? When you submit the form, so I didn't say what happened. id first, is that same? No, right? FIRST first name, yeah. Now is okay. So I click here, I select. When I type something, right, and we submit the form, this data, this is a data, right? We call value. This is a value. Whatever you input is a value. This value will be added to the variable, right? Like a kind of variable, this one, name, first name equal to, it will be like this. When it's sent to the form storage, right, it will be first name equal to whatever you type, right? Whatever you type there, it will be sent like that. And again will be last name, maybe, right? Last name equal to whatever there, right? Like that. Okay, so that's how the data is sent. It stores in the name here, in the name value here, right? In this name. Okay, that's why we need to add the name also. So if you need to access the value will be in the name, right? So you just call this one and you got that value, right? First name gonna have whatever you type there, last name gonna have whatever you type there, because you type and you send the value where it should be going, right? It needs some kind of identification, some kind of variable, right, where it is stored. So if you go back here, I can show you in the W3. I close that, right? W3 school is called form, right? Yeah. So see, here is John. There is something already there, right? I type again, and I submit, right? When I submit, look at here. The first name, that is the name, right, has John something I type equal to, and last name, that is the name, okay, name value. Last name has this, right? This value. See, so that's the purpose of the name attribute. It gives identification. it identify the value, okay, while sending to the database. Clear? Okay, let's close that. I'll leave it there, or maybe we need it in the future. Okay, so we understand the purpose of for, we understand purpose of name and all that, right? So now there is a default see, when you type something in the field, right, all the input, this input has a, how you get data from the input, and that is called value, right? So if I put here John, okay, it will display the value in my form. Okay, let's check now, right? See, you see the John here, so that is the value. If I need to, in JavaScript, when you learn JavaScript, you're gonna read this value, right, by doing dot value from this form, from this input. Okay, but we, let's not worry, just remember you can even add the default value to this. Okay, that is a value. So for now, let's delete this. So what else we can do? So you have input type text, ID, name. So we understand this type when you need to type something, right? Text, that is for input type text. You can make required, right? Also required. So required means what? It will make sure, you know, if you have submit button, right? Let's say you have submit button, you want to submit, it not gonna submit, it will ask you to input something. Okay, it requires means you have to fill the form. It will be not submit without, in when you leave this blank, it not gonna submit. So that will make sure required. Required is kind of validation in HTML. Okay, we do validation with JavaScript, but there is a special required now keyword. This is a Boolean attribute. So remember the Boolean attribute, we don't have to use required equal to required, you just put required and it's work. Okay, all right, so we have done the first name. Now it will be easy, right? Let's copy this and make it couple of time, 2 3, first name, last name, email, maybe password, right? Let's try that. So enter your, I will change last name. So same thing now, same trick, right? See, I will change this here, last name, then last name will be last name and required. Now after that, so I need to change this also, ID should be match with the last name. Okay, so that is last name. Now enter your email. Okay, so this will be for email. Let's put it email here. So that is the label, and then we have enter your email, input type text, that is not text anymore, right? We have email now, email, special for email, and ID will be matching to the for, that is email. Name will be, just make it email again, just give it same, right? It's okay, required. Then enter your password. Okay, input type, so here will be password, input type text, first ID will be what, let's say password, right? We have for password, so let's put password, and name will be password, just give it same, it's okay, and required. Okay, let's check now, right? Let's go online and check. So see, so because they are inline element, all our input, right? So this this label is an inline element, that's why they are all in one line. See that, first name, last name, email, your enter your password. See, it did not fit here, so it got in second line. But you know, we can, by CSS, adding CSS, you can improve this. I mean, we can improve that, right? For now, is this form, right? If I can give a class, let's give an ID for now, right? ID of form, and I don't want to write CSS for right now, but you know, okay, let's, but still I will add it a little bit to make it little nicer, right? So ID will be hash form. Let's give a width. Okay, let's give max width of maybe 400 pixels. So it just drop down like this, and then you have this. So what are all the label, right? All the label and input, right? Let's make it label and input. Make it like a block element, right? Let's do that one. So there they will be not behave like a same line. Okay. The label, comma, input. Let's make it display block. Okay. Yeah. Let's make yeah, block. See. So it just look like that, right? Okay. So we done with our first part, right? First one. So what is the second one? Let's check now. Yeah, so let's check, right? So guys, then if we're gonna answer the question answer, we go after this one. Okay, well, let's finish this and then we're gonna review everything. We're gonna do question answer, all that. Okay, so let's not worry, just keep watching, right? So now, okay, create your new password, something like that. So we have done this part, right? So now there is a check to, what is this? This is the radio button. So you can select only one of the radio button. Okay, you can only select one, right? And there is a checkbox. Okay, I accept terms and condition, whatever, right here, checkbox. So let's create something like this: personal account and business account, and check. Okay, so you're gonna fill that form. You're gonna select this, then choose your file, then input your age, like that, then select whatever, what is this, right? Free, I mean, whatever you can select here, selection, how you do that, and you write some text here, box, right? Some story, and then finally submit, right? See. So let's finish the second part now. So we're gonna create new box field set. Okay, the same thing, label, right? Label, and what is that? The personal account, right? Let's call it P account. Let's call it personal, PERSONAL, personal account, personal. Okay, now in the label, what is the text here? So first we have the button, right? See, first we have button and then the text. This label is second, right? So the button is what? Input field, because button is the one who gonna provide input, and that is a radio, 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 and ID will be personal, right? See this personal, same thing. Okay, same thing. Yeah, and name, right? Name will be, let's call it account. Okay, account for now, right? Name will be account, and there will be value, right? Value will be also, because when you select the person radio button, right, you are not typing anything. You selecting means you are getting the value from the button is radio button itself. So this is personal account. Clear? Now you're gonna display your label here, right? So let's copy that label. So this is input field, and I'll just add the label here. Okay, yeah, done. So let's check now, right? We got something like that, but remember we change the radio button to, like, basically we change that to block, right? So that's why it behaves like this. We can change that again back. So here okay, so this is the input type radio, right? We're gonna make it input. We can select like this. Okay, input type radio, display inline. Okay, so even label has to change, but we can give a class name and apply that, but let's okay, it is okay for now, right? It to work, so let's keep it. That's fine. Okay, so now we got the label for this done. Okay, for the personal account. Now business, right? So same thing, just copy that. Now it's not a big difference, same thing. So business, let's change this for to business, and it is radio. ID will be business. Name will be same, right? Account. Why? Because remember the data, whatever we sending from radio button, you are in the radio button, you are only allowed to select one. So that's why we need to put the same name. So that makes sure it selects only one. You will be not able to select multiple with the same name, okay? And the value will be business account. Okay. So hope that is fine. So you get now, right? Personal. So I need to change that label here, right? Business account. Okay. So we got something like that. Now what left? Here, right? Checkbox. So see, I can select only one. See, only one, right? Let's check our also if our is working as well. So this one or this one. See, I can only select one of them, not all, right? I can select only one of them because of the name. Name in the radio button, always make sure the name is same as account and account. That is important, right? For radio button, because that makes sure you are allowed to select one, and whichever is selecting, right? Either a personal account, this value will be sent to the name. Okay. Basically the value will be this value. You can access the value from the radio button. When you do the value, right, you will get this value. Okay. So now checkbox. So the checkbox is what is here? I accept and there is a link for terms and condition, right? So these all are label. Okay, these all are label, right? You just need the button checkbox. So let's do that. So inside here we have a label for terms and condition. So there will be input, right? Because we have first that checkbox input. Okay, so that is checkbox, right? Input type will be checkbox, and we go space. What else we need to add? This for, right? Remember, when you have the accessibility is important, so you must make sure is for and ID matches there, must be the same name, right? So terms and condition, terms dash condition. Okay, so we got that ID now, right? We got the ID. Okay, so we have type, we got ID. The name will be, because checkbox, what happened, right? You are checking multiple items, so every item gonna have a name. Okay, name will be, let's make it just give it condition, right? Terms dash T and C, right? Or just put it same thing, no problem. Terms and condition. Now the value, we also need a value, right? Because you can select and you want to send something. Okay, value. The value will be what? Terms and conditions, some kind of value here, maybe some kind of file you can attach or whatever, right? So just for now, just say this is a terms and condition. Okay, now the label, right? Label will be, so we're gonna have the I accept the terms and condition. This is the one, right? So let's put that. So there is a link. Okay, there is a link for sending the term to the terms and condition. Okay, so you click on I accepts the terms and condition. That is true, right? This value will be, the terms and condition is accepted. That means accepted. Okay, and the terms and condition somebody want to see, we have a links, right? I accept the terms and conditions. So the link, you just put a tag now here, right? Like this a tag, and here will be the link. Okay, link, we don't have link right now, but just remember here we can add any link and people can click and can go and look at the terms and conditions. So right now we don't have link, so let's leave it blank and done. So let's check now. See, and because this is a radio button, right, and we did not, our label is, it did not fit there, right? So we need to style a little bit more. Let's say this label, what I have done. I can give a class name here, right? Let's add class. Label, right? Label, okay. And there is one more class. Label. So what I will do, I will just change that to block, okay? Dot label display block. Okay. 1 second, guys, just give me a second, okay? All right. So now let's check, right? Something happened, did not. Uh, okay, so let's continue. What happened? So that is just the issue of the CSS, okay? So let's not, I don't want to focus on CSS right now. Did I block? I have maybe make some mistake in the name. Label, right? Label. So let's check that. Label plus label. Here is okay. Label. Class label. So we said display block, right? Okay. So the input type checkbox also I have to make it block. Sorry, not block, right? Did I make block? Sorry, inline, not block. I have to make inline. Here label will be inline. So let's go back and I need to change. So this label is inline already, right? But this is a block. Still, I think this is a block. So what we can do now? This is the input field, right? So you can select similarly to this one, okay? Style, where is that? This, right? Something like this, and make it. Okay, this is not good. Okay, we're gonna write something different CSS later. I mean, when we learn CSS, I'm just trying to make something works. Checkbox. Okay, and oh, it get all in one line. Okay, so I need to remove this one now. Label will be blocked. Okay. So now it's done, right? Label will be the block element. The only thing is our input, this input, right? For radio and the checkbox is going to be inline. Okay. But the label itself is a block, right? Label itself is a block. But here in this case, our input is also what? Input is also our oh, this will also work, you know. Let's check, right? Input radio inline. Let's remove this, right? No need to put input. Let's keep it yeah, let's see. It looks like that, right? So label is a block. Okay, but let's make input 100%, right? Input with 100%. See what happens. It looks something like that, but again we have problem here, right? Yeah, so we don't want to do right now all that. Let's not mess up with this. Okay, and keep the input as it is. Okay, just leave it like that. Okay, let's move to the next one now. So upload a profile picture, right? So you're gonna click here and it will upload, right? You can upload your picture to the. So how we create this? Let's check. So there is a label, right? This is a label, and there is a input field now. This is an input field, right? With the file type. Okay, so yeah, file type, I think. Yes, let's try now. So that is a different field set. This totally, let's see if there is a different field set, right? We can check in our code here. Where is that? I mean, it's up to us, right? But better keep it separate, all separate. Okay, so this field set is okay. Yeah, so this is a new profile picture, upload profile picture. This is the label, right? Profile picture, and input type ID profile picture, and you're gonna have basically type is file, name is file, right? And that's it. So this is what we have to. Okay. So let's do that. So this input field has what? This profile picture is, and then that's the selection box, right? Selection box. Selection box. So this is the label. Okay. So all these are in one input field. All from here. So you can group the way you want, right? But in this, I'm just trying to do the same similar things, because you're gonna, when you practice, you're gonna have already some idea. Okay, and you're gonna do this for maybe 4 or 5 times. Okay, and just remember the code, right? How it is written, and exact same process you're gonna follow for every project's form. If you have some forms, you're gonna do the same process. So you do things over and over, you know, that's okay. And that is what you need right now, right? To remember one thing 100%. Okay, so that's what you have to do. So let's continue. Let's go back and start our code here. I'm going to create a new field set. I will not use the CSS. Okay, I'll just write whatever there, right? So let's leave, forget about CSS right now. Okay, so the label, right? So see, always I'm using label, you know, and that's what they suggest, right? Just put, if you have some kind of name, put the label, and inside the label you add your input field. Okay, so the first one is profile picture, right? PROFILE, profile picture. That is the label, right? I mean for, right? So now we go here. So let's check. Sorry, that's the choose your file, right? Choose your file. First is upload your profile picture. Okay, so that is the text. So let's put that one here, and then we're gonna do input, right? Input, and in the input we're gonna have what? First one is ID, right? Matching to our for. So that is what we're gonna add, profile picture. And after this for, what we have, type. So always remember, when there is an input, there will be always kind of type, right? What type of input is this? So this is a file selection, right? Okay, and there will be always a name, so we call it profile picture again, or profile only. Profile picture is up to you, right? Okay, so, and there is a required, right? You can put required also. If you know it's mandatory, then you can use required, right? Required. Okay, so let's check now. See, we got something like this. See, click that and we're gonna get to this selection, right? See, Okay, so next one is what? We got that. Input your age, year, right? Age in year. Input your age with year, right? So which year? Like 1919. I mean, this in year at 8 year, 20 year, 30 year, 40 year, whatever. Okay, so let's go back. So that is label again, right? Label. So let's put it age, right? So now the first we have label text, right? Input your age. So first we're gonna put this input, then we're gonna type input field. Type is what? Age. Age is a number. So type will be number here. So let's give a ID, right? You can add here, there, does not matter. Let's put ID. ID equal to, so that is age, right? Same as for, and put a name equal to age. Okay. So in case of age, right? See, there is something like this. Okay. Okay, let's go back and check here. See, we have this, right? You can add 1 2 3 like that, right? You can go down also, minus. See, and that is not good. Okay, so only people who is filling this form maybe some certain age, right? You can verify, you can add like some kind of restriction. So that will be the mean, right? So mean value will be maybe, let's say 20 year, let's say 15 or 16 2 or whatever, right? And max age will be maybe 90. Okay, let's see. So now if you start, right? See, you start, you click that, you get 12. Now you can change, or you can just write 30, right? It's okay. See? So if you have 11, it will not work, right? 11, it work, but normally, see, it's showing 11, right? But the thing is, it will only start from 13. Okay, I mean, whatever we have added, right? See, when I click here, you can type, you are allowed to type. I mean, you see, we can type 11, but that is not correct, right? So if you click here, it will start from 12 again. Okay, and you cannot go down, you cannot go below 12, right? You cannot go below 12. So you cannot go below 12, it will not work, right? So that is some kind of a like a some kind of a restriction measure. You can input the age from this to this, so that it will become easy for people to know, right? Okay, so we got the age now. What else is there? What else is there? Okay, so this one, right? How did you hear from us? Okay, so that is a multi selection button. We always, sometimes you're gonna see to choose from the multiple item, right? Okay, so select one, and all these are the options to select. Okay, so how are we gonna create this now? So first, you see same thing, right? We have a label, and then there will be, now for selection there is separate, no input, but there is separate, and we're gonna check now. So let's go back. So we need a label, right? And select something, we can call it to what we can call it, just call it select, right? Or option, or maybe something like that. So the label first is label, right? So you put that here. Yeah, and now let's go down, right? So that is the first label you're gonna see. So if I go back in our page, you see, how do you hear from us, right? You see that is what we see. Next, we're gonna add that's multiple selection or choice, right? So that is a form called not form, but field called selection. Now see, after long time, right, you finally get here. So ID will be same, right? Option, and name will be, just give it option. Okay, whatever field you select, option. Now again, inside here, right? Inside the selection field, you're gonna have options now to select. Okay, so let's put option field. The option has a value, right? When you select that option, what value you want to send. So what is, we're gonna just use this, right? Something from here. So let's go back and see what are the things here. The first one is select one, right? Like that. So let's try to add that. So it's something like this. Select one and save this and check now. So you have this, right? See, select one. See. So in here, if I refresh the page, see, you see that select one, right? See that select one, okay? And then we're gonna add the rest of the option also, right? So now you just put the option, whatever you, how many you need, right? Just put this here. So here will be, let's say, science. Okay, so how do you hear about us, right? Let's call it Facebook, not science, but Facebook. Maybe Twitter, Google search, Twitter, or maybe other option, right? Other option like that. So now go back and see. So see, you have Facebook, you just choose, right? See, and then you can put the value when you choose something, right? I mean, when you choose select something, that is the data, right? So that will be a value you can add here. Same thing, like this is a Facebook. Just copy this and put here value. So that value will you're gonna select that value, right? Easily, okay. So other will be other, whatever you're gonna type, that will come. So that's fine. Let's put it here, whatever, that's fine. Okay, so that is done, right? We finished that part also. So what left now? Finally, this, right? Bio.
Hello, Dev.
Yeah,
I have one question. How do you make the user not select one as an option?
not select
Because
means.
if you see from those options,
Yeah.
they select one and Facebook, LinkedIn, and all those other options. But then the user might be able to select one.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you can.
If okay, that's just put required. You just have to add required, right? There is option called required. In this selection. Uh, Here, right? Just put required. So that means you have to select. This form will not submit until you select something. Okay.
Yep.
Because this will make sure user must select something from there, right? If not, there will be still message that you must select some. There will be that validation. That will be improved with the validation part, right? Right now, we are not talking about validation. That we will do when we have JavaScript, when we talk about form validations, submitting the data and all that. So, but basically you can add a required, right? This is the Boolean value. And when you submit the form, it will make sure the form will ask you to select something. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, let's go back here, right? Provide a bio. So again, we're gonna add. So we done now. This field set. Yeah. So let's go down here. We can create maybe another field set. If not, we can leave it. That is label. So that is bio, right? Bio data or whatever you want to input. Now, this is what. Let's this is the box, right? This is basically the text box, okay, big box. So what is the input type now? Let's check. Even I forgot that. I believe the box, right? Or text area. Okay, so that is the text area. See. So let's go back. Let's. Oh, where is that? So label for bio, and then we have a input, not input, text area, and the name will be, we just give bio, right? ID will be same for, that is bio. Column, you can write whatever column and rows, right? Means how big you want to display, okay? So column 30, rows 10, or you can change to column maybe 10, right? So that many column and rows, that many big box will be, right, displayed in the page. Let's make it row maybe 5. Yeah, okay. So text area, bio, ID, bio, columns and rows, there is something, right, the placeholder. So let's, so it looks something like that. Okay, right now it's 10, column 10, rows 5, right? You can increase that also. Let's make it row maybe row 5, column, let's make it maybe 20 or 30, something like that. Make it big. Yeah, it looks little big. If you want to increase, make it 50. Oh, it pushes it down, right? So let's make 40 only to stay within the box. So it can expand. I mean, it's just saying, but you can write more, right? It will expand whatever you write here, right? It will be, so it, you know. Okay, so now that is the text area. We have a label. We have a label for that. We didn't put a label, right? Put that. Provide a bio. Okay, provide a bio, right? And so we don't know what to provide here, right? So that is a some text you can add. So that is placeholder. And please provide bio, right? Bio. Okay. And we can put dot dot dot, right? So let's put it some dot dot dot. So that gives some information what to write here. So when you're writing, right, it will be gone. Okay, it appears, please provide bio, right? And when you write something, it will be gone. That is a placeholder. You can add placeholder in any field here also. Okay, in any input, but for now let's keep it here, right? And finally, after this field, we have the form. We're gonna submit, right? So let's put input type will be submit. SUBM submit. Type submit. You can give a name also, you know. Let's see. Okay, so that's it, right? When you hit the submit button, the page will refresh. And when we have a required, right? See that required, it will ask something, right? You know, if there is required, you must put. So if I click, where is it? Where is that? So this is the email ID, right? So we have to put, you know, save @ so that's the meaning of required. Okay, now the submit, so it's asking me to choose something, right? So I will choose maybe, I don't know what, picture. Okay, select, then input your age, right? Just put there. Let's click this now. See, it asks me, please select something, please select the item in the field, right? See, if I submit, it will ask me to select. So I'm going to select Facebook, right? And now it's submitted. Basically it's submitted, right? Even here we can add required, then there will be, it will ask until we submit, it gonna ask, right? So the field here, label, where is text area? So text area must be required, right? You can put it required here. So that is like a simple validation. Okay guys, so I will stop here and then we're gonna go in question answer and all that. So I'll just record, stop the recordings. The same thing is going to happen, right? Same kind of practice you're gonna do in the here, okay, in the free code camp, but you're gonna finish the first one for HTML, part, right? So see how it work, right? Let's go back. I will go to the menu. I will show you now. I'm going to show you how this work. Okay, so in for HTML part, right, let's say I'm clicking this one, the number one. When I do that, basically this is the page, but here, right, see, it is, there is steps to follow. HTML elements have opening and closing tag, right? I mean, it just tell you something about that. So it will ask you, right, find the h1 elements and change the text here. So you find the h1 elements and change the text, right? Something here, hello world. And then after you finish that, you click. So it will tell you what to do, right? Okay. Sorry, your code does not pass the key, not pass, keep trying, right? So hint, text will be cat app. So I need to put the cat app here, right? Because we are building the cat app from the basic now. So the first one is h1 tag. So checkbox, see the cat app display, submit code, right? And then you're gonna go to the number one, finish, second number now, right? Step 2 now. So like that, there are maybe 50-60 steps. And after at the end, right, when your code is finished, go to the console. Go to menu. When your code will be finished, right, you will be getting something like this. Okay, so that basically tells step by step process how you build things, right? That's what you have done yesterday. So you're going to do same thing with this, and also with the form, right? Form, with this form. But here also there is some CSS, right? And that's what we don't have to do CSS right now until we finish the CSS. So after completing CSS part, you're going to do this as well. Okay, that too will be this practice, right, for you guys. For now, I'm going to stop the video. Okay, thank you.